This is my first Connecticon ever.
Welcome.
Come back. So it will probably end after this. I will figure out some way to shut it down.
It's my first Connecticon too.
Don't worry too hard.
It's my first Connecticon.
It's your first Connecticon too? Yep.
Welcome What? Oh, is next one done?
Oh yeah. Oh, you're not in this one. Okay, it's cool. Nice meeting you. That's cool. That's cool. Yeah, no, it's all right. No, it's fine. You just hurt my feelings. It's okay. It's okay. We just had this moment and you're going away. It's messed up. Now my feelings are hurt. I mean, I'm glad you guys are here, but now he's the one that got away. Me sitting in my room in the night, just like, why didn't he stay? What did I do wrong? It's me. I'm so bad. But yeah, thank you guys for having me out here. This was a pleasure to be invited to come out here to be a part of this. It's my first time being here, and I'm just excited to meet people on the East Coast. And I got to go to your movie theater. That was fun. So yeah, I saw SpiderMan.
What did you think?
It was good. It was good stuff. Yeah, you guys actually react to the movie, so that's really cool. Like you actually, if you enjoy a moment, you actually cheer as opposed to being like, I'm from LA, I cannot have emotions. This pleases me. This film pleases me. No, so it was cool. There was like moments we were just, the whole audience just went, whoa! And I was like, yeah, right, people like this. So that was pretty cool. But yeah, who has never heard of me that's in this room? Is there anyone like, it's always a couple. It's always like, who you dragging me to this guy? What? Black nerd? Who is that? Is that racist? So thank you for being here. For those of you who do not know who I am, I have a YouTube channel, Black Nerd Comedy. I make videos all the time, probably too much, about commentary about movies, TV, cartoons, animation, a lot of nostalgia culture, 80s, 90s, and 2000s stuff I grew up with, stuff you grew up with, stuff that you grew up with that I never heard of. I'm still trying to figure out what Digimon is, but yeah, like all that kind of stuff. I really do appreciate everyone who's watched, and hopefully by the end of it, you go and click the subscribe button, which means you'll get like half of my videos on YouTube, and then you got to ring a bell so you can get all the videos on YouTube, and I really appreciate that. But yeah, that's what I do, and then occasionally I crash land into other people's videos. So I've done some stuff with Nostalgia Critic, I've done some stuff with Channel Awesome, with Angry Video Game Nerd, and Screwtack, and a bunch of other people. I do videos wherever they need me. If you stick a camera in my face, I'll just start talking.
Katie Wilson.
Yeah, what's that?
Katie Wilson.
Katie Wilson, yes, my good friend Katie Wilson. We do a lot of videos together. She's awesome. Let's see, what else? And that's it, yeah. And I'm stupid. I'm silly. I don't take this stuff seriously. I enjoy it. I love the nerdy stuff, but at the same time, it's kind of crazy. So I can have some fun with it. So this is just a straight up like, whatever question has been bubbling in your brain of like, if I had Andre for 5 seconds in my basement and I could ask him a question before I lock the basement, and then Mr. Gray shows up and it gets really weird. Before all that happens, what kind of questions, you feel free to ask me about, what I do on my channel, any questions I have about YouTube or geek stuff, or hey, just review this thing real quick for me for 5 seconds, whatever it is, for the next hour, I'm yours. I love it. What's up?
So, in the background of your videos, you usually have all that like merch and stuff.
Yes.
You do.
Yeah.
How do you whenever you get something new, do you have to like rearrange everything?
Yeah, that's what you're supposed to do, but apparently I just keep piling on until eventually it's just going to be a bunch of merchandise in like my eyeballs. Like, hey everybody, welcome to my new video. Yeah, I have a problem. I have an addiction. Thanks for bringing up my addiction. It's not intervention.
The amount of money we just spent in the last hour, like don't even.
I keep telling myself I need to do like my geek version of The Purge, where it's just like for 12 hours, Eric just got to get rid of stuff for but it's tough because it's a mix of, I had stuff when I was growing up, but I didn't have like everything. And now there's like this whole market just of, let's make great versions of all the crappy toys you had. Like every plastic toy that broke apart, now here's a die-cast metal version, and it's like standing as a statue, and it's like, yeah, I didn't know I needed a 5-foot Skeletor, but now I kind of feel like I do because it exists. Like I never asked for it, but now that it's here, it's like, yeah, sure, why not have a 5-foot Skeletor? So it's like, yeah, that's the thing. It's like, it's very, very tough. But yeah, I usually rearrange stuff. I got some bins filled with stuff. Sometimes I nerd it forward, give it to friends or to people that I'm like, all right, I've had my time. Like that, it's like that scene in Toy Story 3 when he's like, when the little girl's reaching out for Woody, he's like, okay, you take good care of him. So I do that sometimes. But yeah, that's usually what it is. And a lot of that stuff bought. Like a lot of people were like, "Oh man, it's so cool that all those companies gave you all this stuff." There's a few gifts, but almost all of it is from Mr. Wallet right here. It keeps getting thinner and thinner because it's tough. It's very, very. There's certain things that it's very hard for me to pass up on. The only thing is with turtles, I will never buy turtle stuff unless I can buy all four, which is bad but good. But it's like if you only have like Leo and Don or Leo and Raph or Raph and Mike, I can't do it. But if you got all four as a set, it is hard for me to pass up. That's my addiction.
Ghostbusters related.
What's that?
I had the 3 white Ghostbusters, and my neighbor had Winston.
Really?
I have no idea.
So you
how much-
segregated the Ghostbusters? Did they have like white and colored proton packs? Like what? His proton pack is not as powerful as the other one. No, I'm just playing.
Actually, from the movie, Winston's my favorite character.
Winston is the best. I love Winston. As long as there's a steady paycheck, I will believe what you want. I love that, man. He's just trying to work. The other Ghostbusters are all like, oh, this way. He's just like, I just need to get paid. Whatever the job is, I'm gonna do it, and I'm just gonna go along with it. Yeah, he's great, man. He's great. But yeah. So I'm glad that you and your friend, face. That's like a movie. That's like a TV movie right there. It's just like after years of civil rights. The two houses came together to have all the Ghostbusters and figures in one room. Oh, please don't tell Sony that. Well, first off, that's the movie that I will never speak of ever again. Because if you ever see my video of that movie, that's real. Like, I basically break down, and everyone's like, oh, that's hilarious. I'm like, no, I'm not. Like, I was serious. I almost hurt myself just trying to review a movie because of all the craziness that went with it. But yeah, man, I love the Ghostbusters, but I'm trying to cut back on the merch. So
I had a friend over and he was like, so how much did you spend on this whole collection? I'm like, well, that one was $120. He's like, I've heard enough.
Yeah. I'm trying to think because people always ask me like, what's the most expensive thing you have? And I'm like, I think it might be my Darkwing Duck figure. That's still in box. Yeah, I got a Darkwing, it's like a large Darkwing. You see some of the videos, you'll see in the background. Yeah. But yeah, it's a large Darkwing Duck figure, still in box, still has like the little knobs on it where you're supposed to take it out of the box and everything. But they kept it in the box because I guess the hat can come off and everyone loses the hat. So, but that one cost me a lot. And then I found the large version of all the Turtle action figures in Bebop and Rocksteady. And I think that set alone was like a few $100s. That's a problem, y'all. Ladies and gentlemen, Prince is here. I don't know if you know this.
Blouses.
Team Blouses. And he's brought pancakes for everyone. So, just love that someone cosplayed as Prince with pancakes. It's a bell show. It's like, that I've never. Thank you, Connecticut, for that. Cool. Yes.
Is there a backstory on that video where you're dancing with the Power Rangers from Samurai?
Oh, at the float. Is that or it was at E3?
I don't know where.
I think it was oh yeah.
It's like a short video and it's just you dancing with the Power Rangers.
Oh yes, I can tell you that. Okay, so before that video, there was another video I have called Black Nerd Joins the Power Rangers. The Power Rangers had a float one year at the Rose Bowl parade. So they did this whole press event, and my friend was like, oh, you want to come with me? Because I know you like Power Rangers. Like, absolutely. And they had the costume Power Rangers there so they could show off the float. So that's where we did this video of just me like, hey, show me some fighting moves. I'm going to fight with you. And so they would do like a, kick or whatever, and then I would try to do it. And of course, I was terrible at it. So then E3 comes around the following year, and it's the same costume Rangers from that event are now at E3 hanging out. So they were like, oh, well, what do you want to do with the Power Rangers? And for some reason, they just had this stage, a little stage for people doing presentations. It was all lit up, and I was like, can I just dance with the Power Rangers on stage? Yeah. Let's do it. So we just danced for like 3 minutes, and then I cut it to that song with the edits and stuff of like trying to clap with the legs hits and all that kind of stuff. But that was all of them just like getting into it, like some of the dance moves they came up with. They would all come up one at a time, and I would dance with them. Then I would do the stuff, and of course had to do. That's my favorite. It's just all that stuff. Yeah. And then I was like, now I'm just gonna freestyle with them behind me because that's what you do with a Power Rangers at E3. So did that. And that's now my most viewed video of all time. Took me like all the videos, it took me like weeks to create. They're like, that's good. And that one took me like a day. And they were like, best video of all time. What's that?
Which Power Rangers was it promoted?
It was a Samurai. Samurai.
Oh, that's my second time I've actually seen it. The first time was when Disney screwed it over. Edie, I believe, the police one.
Oh yeah. But yeah. This was Power Ranger Samurai. So yeah, but that was that's how that came about. So it was just that. But the funny story about that. So I've met the costume rangers a few times. One of the costume rangers was actually Yoshi, who then went on to actually become one of the actual Power Rangers.
Nice.
In Dino Charge. Yeah, he used to be like a Power Ranger stunt person and costume person, and then eventually he became an actual Power Ranger on the show, which is like an awesome story. So.
And then he got his brother on the show to
Yeah,
boot.
now his brother's on the show. It's like really cool. So.
He's a Power Ranger
Yeah.
expert.
Yeah, I can tell. You can tell.
I'm on the Power Force with you.
Yes. What's your name again?
My name is Baron, but GoldPhoenixRanger, RangerVision.com, and the Power Ranger database.
Have you ever been to Morphicon?
I've not, sadly. I don't have the money.
Of course you've never been to Morphicon? Fake fan.
I barely have the money to come here, let alone fly to California.
You gotta come to Power
I know.
He's taking
dude.
collections for his plane ticket.
Yeah,
What's
right?
that?
He's taking collections for the plane ticket.
I'm
trying to go to the next one.
We're gonna pass the
I'm gonna try to get them to go with me. We'll do it a group thing.
We're gonna get an offering going. We're gonna pass
All
the plate
right.
around. Get this man to Morphicon. You gotta go to Morphicon.
I know.
You gotta go. It's next year. You got time.
Yes, I'm gonna make it happen.
You got time. I better see you there.
All right. You're gonna be there? You're going?
Well, yeah.
All right, cool.
Yeah. I mean, it's down the street for me, but for
Well,
you,
yeah.
I know it's a little bit of a harder trek, but you
Yeah.
gotta do it. I swear to you, man, it will change your life. It's your religion. It is your church. This is your,
Yeah.
praying at wall. You're gonna pray at the Gold Ranger costume. Like that's what you're gonna do.
All right.
You gotta go, man.
All right, I'll go.
You gotta go.
I'll go.
I'm serious.
All right.
I'm gonna find your number. You're not gonna know how I'm gonna get it. And 3 o'clock in the morning in February, I'm gonna be like, hey, you got your tickets yet?
At least take him to dinner.
Yeah. Seriously there. Seriously, what do you do?
Rangers.com is just a message board that we run.
You run a message board?
It's like Ranger Crew, but not as popular.
All right. I'm gonna pop
And
on
then
there.
we had a website we were doing that was sort of like a wiki database thing, but we lost our graphic artist. That's kind of on defunct right now, but we're trying to get it back up.
That's all right. Just know. Just be careful. One day you're gonna turn around, come out of a dark alley, and be like, "Power Morphicon's in August. You got your ticket, right? You better be there."
All right.
The Stats Critic, what's up?
So, I was just wondering, had you heard anything about that new Fantastic Four movie that Fox announced, and if so, what were your thoughts?
Well, that already happened, didn't it? It wasn't that bad that everyone forgot it actually came out. Like Men in Black came around.
They recently, Fox recently announced that they're supposed to be doing another Fantastic Four movie that's supposed to be more like The Incredibles, which is the only good Fantastic Four movie that's ever actually
So they're
come
rebooting
out.
it again?
They're
It's gonna be called The Amazing Fantastic Four.
and this one is supposed to be told from the perspective of Mr. Fantastic and Invisible Woman's children. I'm just like, are you kidding me?
Well,
What even?
they're stubborn, man. They're stubborn. They didn't look at what Sony and Marvel are doing right now and be like, come on. I have not heard of that. That's my first time hearing of that. Yes, we are going to get Fantastic Four again eventually. I don't know how, I don't know from who, but it's going to happen because either Fox is going to want to keep the movie license for it, or they were smart, they would try to work something out with Marvel Studios to do a combo.
Good, but the last time they lost the rights, it was Daredevil, and look how much money that's making.
Yeah, well,
So you think that?
that's what I'm saying. That's what. But yeah, but they could do something like what Sony and Marvel are doing, which is they're working together. Right? So it's still, Spider-Man: Homecoming is still a Sony movie. It's just now they're working with Marvel Studios, and now it gets to be part of the universe. And Fox, if they wanted to, could do the same thing. But it sounds like they don't want to.
Keyword if.
If. Keyword if. But like you said, they've got X-Men. They're good with that. They got Deadpool now, which they're good with. So who knows? They might be like, we can still do this again. I just love that when they're like, oh, yeah, we're totally making a sequel to the last movie. And then 2 days later, it was like, Michael B. Jordan's in Black Panther. he literally snuck out here. Out! T'Challa, save me! Bad guy, I don't care. Oh man, I can't wait.
Just let it don't have to be in that train wreck again.
Yeah. No, rest in peace, Fantastic Four.
I love your video series.
Oh yay! Spider-Man. I'm sorry. Tobey Maguire is a good Peter Parker.
Yeah.
Andrew Garfield's a good Spider-Man. And Tom Holland is kind of good. Well, he's really good as Peter Parker, and he's good as Spider-Man. But I still would need to see more of him as Spider-Man to like fully define it. So I'm gonna say that that '90s Fox, or like that '60s one where he's just like Spider-Man, Spider-Man. Or Electric Company. That's my favorite song.
Yes.
Yes, you had your hand up. Yeah.
So first of all, welcome. Very glad to have you here.
Thank you very much. Glad to be
You
here.
were here 2 years ago in Austin, and Walter Jones, and
Yeah. All the Power Ranger guys.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
actually got to have lunch with Austin just randomly.
You got to have lunch with him?
He
Yeah,
just
he
sat
just
at
sat
our
down. He's
table.
like, hey, can I
so
sit
that
down?
was- and we-
Oh, that's so awesome. I love that. Hey, I'm just awesome, Joe. Can I sit down with you? Yeah, sure. Yeah,
So
sure.
for the question, I'm sorry if I would have this answer if I was a Twitch follower. I loved your Kingdom Hearts little retrospective review that you did. We're finally getting to play it.
Yes.
Like it's my favorite series, and I got to. I didn't actually get to play it till high school because, like you, I was Nintendo. I wanted
Yeah.
console.
Yeah.
Have you had the time to be able to
play some more?
Put any more time into it, and totally understand.
No. It's funny that it's funny that you mention the Twitch because maybe I'll get to do some more of that. But yeah, ooh, indeed. But yeah, because that's my big thing. Is like I used to play games a lot until I started making videos, and then like that just like stopped my game, which is so weird because everyone's like talk about games, and I want to keep talking about them, but like I never have time to play them because I'm always making videos. So yeah, I would. But yeah, that was fun. I definitely liked 2. I was really into it. Well, I would say I was really into it once I got past that first part. That first part was a little bit of a chore, particularly because I had to make the video because they were like, show some Disney stuff, and it's like, well, where is the Disney stuff? I can't get to it yet. And then once I kind of got to it, I was like, okay, now this is great. And definitely the traveling through the worlds on the ship, the gummy ship. I definitely like that better than the second one. Yeah. So but I do want to play through it. And I'm pretty sure that I'll have enough time to do so before 3 comes out. Even if I start like in a couple years from now, I'll still have enough time before 3 comes out.
At their expo next week, they're showing new stuff, new news. The speculation is the release date is.
They're gonna show like a pixel.
Well, that leads to a part 2 then.
Yeah.
Next week they're announcing a brand new world for the game. What would you like to see? You can say Star Wars, you can say Marvel. You can
Oh,
say
a brand new world for Kingdom Hearts?
Yeah, they're announcing a new
Oh,
one
Wreck-It
next
Ralph,
week.
definitely.
Yes.
That'd be awesome. And then when they go in the world, they're all 8-bit. That would be
Yes.
sweet. They have to do that because I remember because in 2 is when they have the like Steamboat Willie one, right?
Yeah. Timeless forever.
Yeah, I would love them to do that with Wreck-It Ralph.
Wreck-It Ralph 2, 2018.
I'm ready.
Ralph breaks
I
the
got my
internet.
ticket.
Yeah.
Same year as Power Morphicon 2018.
Which you're going to.
Yes.
Saying, just put that out there.
Okay.
When is it? 2018?
August.
I know. Oh, it's August. Oh, so it's
No, it's every other year.
Oh, that's a good question. Actually, I'm glad you asked that. So because I've been on YouTube for almost 10 years. Like
Wow.
10 years come September. But it's like off. Oh, thank you. I love the small like. It was like yeah. I mean yeah. Oh, okay. I mean, yeah, good job. So I have seen. The reason why I bring it up is because I have seen various iterations and various changes on the platform. And I think what I've noted, and this is all theory, a game theory. It's all a game for me. Theory. But it seems like now more than ever, having a channel where it's very specific of what you do is definitely a benefit. People are really starting, because there's so much entertainment out there. There's so many YouTube channels. Plus you got Netflix. Plus you got cable. Plus you got different websites that are doing their own entertainment that you go to. I'm talking about like legit, not like there's those too. But but what I'm saying is that you have a lot of different outlets. So I think when people are like, okay, when I go to this channel, I'm gonna get this. I think people are just more into that. And for some people, it is them. It is the person. Sometimes it's like, I go to this channel because I just love X personality, and I know they're going to entertain me every time I do it. But with other people, it is, well, I like this person that plays games. I like this person that does reviews. I like this person that does beauty. I like this person that does tech or unboxing or whatever else. So I think that's why you're seeing even more of a growth on something like Twitch. Because when you go to Twitch, you know what you're getting. You know that you're getting people playing these games. And now they're even able to expand that. So you've got like people who are doing like cooking shows or eating shows or just in real life is because when you go to the channels, you can kind of just get a good idea of what's going on there. Also, I've always been an advocate, and sometimes I have to practice it as well as preach it, but I've always been an advocate of just always having yourself in multiple places. Like that's the reason why I host a show for Regal Movies, I host different events, I go to things like this, is because I just think it's never a good idea to put all your eggs in one basket when you're trying to create a brand for yourself. Whether the brand is a company name or a name of your channel, or if it's just you as a person, I think it's good to always have that first and foremost, and then have YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, whatever works for you as the different ways of showcasing your talent, because that way, if anything changes and something else comes up or something else drops off, you can just adjust. Like there are people who were on Vine, and then after a certain point got a place for themselves on YouTube, so that when Vine died, they still had an audience, they just had it in other places, whereas other people done. So you just want to be, and that's why I think it's always important to do that. But I think that's why we're seeing more Twitch, is because unless you're a channel that's almost kind of dedicated to gameplay, it seems like it's tougher to have a better variety. And that's one of the things that, I'm just going to be honest, that's what I'm going through right now. It's like I noticed that now versus a few years ago when it was just like, if you're a channel and I like your channel, I'll watch whatever. And it's not even just the viewers. I think it's more of an algorithmic thing. But it's tough now to sometimes have a bunch of different things going on one channel. Sometimes when you have like a very specific thing and once YouTube kind of recognizes what that thing is, sometimes in a way it's better to just kind of have that going and then maybe look at other outlets for other things. So that's why you're sometimes seeing people who are like, well, I'm going to game on Twitch, or I'm going to sing cover songs on Musical.ly, or I'm going to do Instagram stories or Snapchat. Like that's why I think people are finding different ways to use each social media platform. And but what's cool about that is you then start creating a brand for yourself that goes across multiple platforms. So you're not just a YouTuber or whatever. You're just you doing your thing, being your own business. There we go. That was like a weird answer, but like, yeah, it's just a thing.
No, that's a great answer.
Cool, absolutely. What's up, man?
What was your first experience in video games? And
my first experience with video games. You're trying to make me show my age right now. All right. Yeah.
As a Sonic fan who had to screw off Go Animate after it became a Child Abuse City, what is your favorite Sonic game?
Okay, I missed half of that, but I heard what's your favorite Sonic game. Okay. All right. So how to get up with video games first. Okay. My grocery store used to have arcade machines. so I would play arcade at like the grocery store and the laundromat. So like, Miss Pac-Man, Super Pac-Man, Street Fighter 2. My grocery store had Street Fighter 2, so my mom's like buying eggs, and I'm just all like, yeah, playing as a Ryu. So that was a big thing. And then as far as home consoles, I had the NES, of course, but even before that, I had an Atari 2600, including the really bad Pac-Man. I used to own that game.
Wasn't that bad, just really not exactly what everyone was expecting.
Yeah. Pac-Man's a circle, right? Yeah.
I like a lot of shit.
As do I. But I had that game. Like when people were like, "Oh man, that terrible Pac-Man game," I was like, "Owned it, played it." I had my friend, and my friend had ET. Went over his house and played that. Oh yeah. Awesome. We weren't friends for long. It's like, yeah, I'm not gonna come to your house anymore, man. I'm gonna stay home and watch cartoons. I'm good. But yeah, I had that, and then of course NES and stuff. But even before that, there was a device called the Texas Instrument TI-994A, which was a computer. Well, it was actually a computer. Oh. But it was one of those computers. I don't know if anyone remembers this. This is going real old school. But it used to be computers where you basically didn't get the whole computer. You had to buy the pieces together. It was like a transformer, or like a constructor. Because it was like you buy the keyboard, but then you could also buy the monitor, or you could buy like their audio recorder. And like it could kind of work without everything, but you still kind of need everything. But I just had the base. But it was cool because in addition to the keyboard, it had a slot for cartridges, and you could play games on. So I had like Frogger, Popeye, Q*bert, all that on the machine. And they had this game called Munchman, which was like a knockoff Pac-Man, where instead of clearing off the stage, you had a chain come out the butt of your character, and you would fill up the stage. So yeah, that was fun. And then now you see the MacBook. Yeah, so now I give you programming on that for a little bit. Favorite Sonic game, I think, is probably Sonic 2. Sonic the Hedgehog 2. Yeah, that's probably the one I played. That's probably the one I played the most and also enjoyed, just because Sonic is cool, Tails is cool, and I feel like Sonic 2, like Sonic was a great game, but I feel like Sonic 2 was what established like Sonic as a pop culture brand. Like Sonic was always the mascot for Sega, but I feel like that's when we got the cartoons, that's when we got the comics, that's when we got all this other stuff. So I feel like that's what kind of established Sonic as a franchise. And then they were like, every animal you could think of after that can be in the Sonic universe.
First video game I ever played.
What's that?
Now refer to that. What do you think about the new Bubsy game that's going to be coming out?
I'm ready! That's what I'll be playing on Twitch all day long, 24 hours a day, Bubsy. I'm in the Bubsy channel. I'm all for it, man. I played some bad games. I actually wrote an article, if you know Pat the NES Punk, he has a book about all the Nintendo games. I wrote an article in his book, and I talk about how all these like bad TV and movie licensed games that came out on the NES, the ones that like Angry Video Game Nerd makes fun of, I played like all of them. Because I used to go to Blockbuster or what was like Action Video was our local video place before Blockbuster came in. And I would go there because if you went on Friday and rented a video game, you actually got to keep it the entire weekend, where the rest of the week you only had to keep it for a day. So you go there on Friday, but then everybody goes there on Friday. So if you get there too late, you got like the slim pickings of games. And it was always those games. It was always like Beetlejuice and Who Framed Roger Rabbit and Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure or Tom and Jerry the game. It was like all these like licensed games. So that's what I played growing up. I played probably more bad games than good ones growing up. Like everyone's all like, you got all the Chrono Trigger and Final Fantasy, like whatever, man. Tom and Jerry, the video game. You ain't lived. So you play.
For Tom and Jerry, they have Facebook Live 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, just Tom and Jerry.
Oh, really? Nice. I gotta check that out. But yeah, so yeah, Bubsy, I say bring it on. What could possibly go wrong? What's up, man?
Yeah, you said you played bad games. Have you ever played Aquaman now?
No.
I had to present that for my game design class. And say everything that was good about it. That was the pretty cool thing.
Ooh. I actually started a newer series on my channel where I've been watching really badly reviewed movies, like movies that get like 10% on Rotten Tomatoes, and forcing myself to say that there's something actually good about. Like I did Max Steel. I did Transformers last night. I'm doing the Mummy, the new Mummy that just happened. Yeah, and I'm sure there's more. So, but I want to eventually do that with games as well. But it just again takes time to play a game. I did play Superman 64 though. Yeah, no, I was like, okay, this is so bad. And then when I played, I was like, oh no, this is terrible. Why would anyone want this? You fly through rings? It's like that's all you do?
I would want it.
I'm sure you would.
I wanted that. I could have done it with Spyro.
All right. Well, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Well, maybe Spyro will come back now that Crash Bandicoot has his.
Supposedly there's an Easter egg in there. If you put in the code on the 3, it actually changes the color. So like they put the thing in there.
I'm not talking to you till you go to Power Morphicon. You are silenced.
All right.
Stop recording me. And go to official PowerMorphicon.com and buy your ticket right now.
No, it's cool. It's cool.
Well, first of all, I'm Oliver, and I'm a white playboy.
You have failed this panel. That's right? It's a CW thing, right? I watch Riverdale.
Question. One of my favorite series that you did way back in the day was Awkward Talks with Girls.
Oh, yes.
Did you ever see a return? Because, I mean, you inspired me. Like, I love giving beautiful women foot massages, too. So,
Okay.
like, you can bring that back.
Does anyone remember Awkward Talks with Girls?
Yeah.
There's in here? Okay.
You did it with all the girl Power Rangers.
Yeah. Would you want it back?
Yeah.
Which one
Yes. Awkward Talks with Girls is what I would do, where I purposely was extremely awkward about doing interviews with women.
Oh, please bring it back.
She's like, I know this. I've lived that life. No, but yeah, it would be like people from the internet, and then eventually I started getting people from like TV shows and stuff. And yeah, it would just be. So I would give like awkward interviews. I would ask the worst questions, but it was done as a joke. Like people knew it was me, like messing with them. But yeah, it was just like really bad questions. And then eventually, yeah, I would ask them if they want a foot rub while I was doing the interview, which someone said yes, which I was very surprised by. And yeah, it was really weird, but it was fun. And there's actually a couple of them I never released. They're not like bad or anything. It's just they never saw the light of day. So maybe what I'll do is I'll do like a limited run of whatever I got left, and if that gets a good response, then I'll see about doing more of it. But yeah, let me know if you want to see more of that. Hopefully it will be accepted, because times have changed on the internet. So back then it was like, hey, I'm having this goofy interview with this hot woman, and I'm rubbing her feet, and we're asking ridiculous questions, and no one cares because they understand it's comedy. And now I can just see somebody be like, I'm offended. Everyone has feet. So I don't know, but I'm sure people would enjoy it. But yeah, well, maybe. I'll speak with my boss of me. What's up, man?
What's your favorite retro gaming system? Is it Nintendo, Sega?
System? It's TurboGrafx. What's the one that Hotel Mario and
CDI.
Yeah. Which is what We had some bad systems, man.
That system was good.
Which one?
TurboGrafx 16.
Oh, TurboGrafx 16 was good. I was talking about the 3DO and the CDI, Gamecom, but it looked like Game.com. But yeah, no, it's NES or Super NES. They're always like NES is like the one that's the one that has the most nostalgia memory to it. Like everything from my parents actually finding it on Christmas Eve when it was all sold out, to the fact that like Super Nintendo actually saved up my own money to get, because my parents would not, they were serious, they would not allow me to have more than one console in the home. Like when I got my Nintendo, they're like, you gotta get rid of Atari. When I got my Super Nintendo, they almost tried to get me to get rid of my Nintendo. I had to prove to them how different they were by showing a Nintendo game and a Super Nintendo game and go, see, 8-bit graphics, 16-bit graphics, they're totally different, let me have them both. So yeah, and then Genesis, they were like, no Genesis. And I was like, all right, but
Genesis is still good though.
yeah, but yeah, I think between Nintendo and Super Nintendo, that was just, that time period was just so good of games, and I really enjoyed it, and that's what I grew up with. And then I played all the bad games that I rented from Blockbuster. So yes, Mabel.
So have you ever thought about creating your own animated series, like TV show or video?
Black Nerd, the animated series?
Yes!
Can it be like, can I draw it like Batman animated series? Like people are running and stuff, and then I just come out, and I'm just standing on top of my collectibles. Dude, I would love to be a cartoon. I feel like I'm one already for a certain extent. Like sometimes I wonder if I came out of Toontown, but yes, I would straight out of Toontown. But
It's the nostalgia factor for all the shows that came out in like the 90s. And like,
yeah, oh yeah.
Do justice to something.
Oh yeah, I will. Yeah, if I do a cartoon, it would be totally like I would go like straight up like He-Man Fat Albert, where like nothing moves but the mouth. It's just like, hey everybody, and it's like always the same animation of me walking all the time, and then running is just moving a little bit faster. I like that idea. If you know any animators, I'm down. I want Black Nerd. I want to be called Black Nerd the Animated Series. That'd be so awesome. That'd be so cool. Can I have like we gotta add like a character. It would have to be like one of those like cute cartoon pets. Like a Snarf or an Urkel or Glomer from Punky Brewster. Like they always have to add like a thing, so it'd be like
Your entire merch collection anthropomorphic.
yeah, like everything comes to life. It'd be like Bird Nerd, so it'd be like me, but like as a bird. Like big giant glasses, and he's just like, Bird Nerd! That's all he does. Bird Nerd! Who let these tigers in? Bird Nerd! It's already canceled. You had the pleasure of meeting me yesterday. Yes, has your life changed? You are a sharp dress. I'm guessing this is the character. No, this is. Oh, this is you. Hipping at Connecticon. I like it. Smooth operator. All right. What is your question?
So I was wondering, like, with the whole fan thing, I know you're probably used to it, but are there still moments where you're like, oh, I have to deal with random people. I just want to be alone right now.
Do I like where I'm just like, leave me alone? Leave
So,
me alone,
deep
Kevin.
moments.
I am trying to shop at Target in peace. No, man, I am so I mean, the fact that people watch what I do for as funny and silly and ridiculous it is, it means so much to me, man, because it's like, it's the internet. You can literally watch anything on the internet. So the fact that you take your time to watch a video or multiple videos, subscribe to the channel, it just means so much to me. And I see it as numbers all the time. I see it as analytics and data. So the fact that I can come to something like this and see actual people and talk to actual people and like they're referencing things like, oh, you actually did watch the video. You're a real person. It's really nice. I really appreciate it. Just the bathroom. I think that's the only time where it might be a little awkward because it's like my hands are full maybe, or just it's in the bathroom. So don't do anything weird there. But yeah, can I take a selfie in the bathroom? That'd be like, maybe let's wait till we get out the bathroom.
It's so bad when they mentioned like you didn't wash your hands. Like you came in.
Yeah,
to
exactly.
take a picture. You don't get to judge me.
Yeah, so that'd be cool. My funeral, maybe just don't like open the casket and just be like. But no, I'm usually pretty. I mean, the thing is, and I know it's tough for some of us because you get excited or you just no matter what. But sometimes you can feel it out of like, okay, this is a great time to have there's times when I'm hanging out and we can have a full-on conversation, chat it up. There's other times where I'm on the go or maybe, doing something else and it's like, well, let's do a quick, hey, hello. But if particularly at places like this, if this is the one time where we're going to meet, I want it to be a cool experience for you. The last thing I would want is for someone to be like, I bet that Andre, he ain't nobody. Unsubscribe, so I do the best I can. But, we're people too, man. It's like all of us have bad days, sad days, tired days, down days. And, sometimes you will catch a person that you like on one of those days, and that's tough. There's times where I've had to be like, hey, what's going on? I'm like, I just broke up with somebody and I gotta see it. Like, those things happen because we're people, But no, I definitely appreciate it. Just don't do it in the bathroom. That's all. That's all I really ask. Maybe, depending on what I'm doing in the bathroom.
Unless you're
Washing
leaving.
hands, cool.
You're leaving the bathroom.
If I'm leaving the bathroom, that's cool. This is really getting weird. All right. Come up with bathroom rules. Yes. Yeah. Yes, the Power Ranger movie cast. Yes. Yes. Oh, okay. Yeah. So what happened was I was already planning on going to New York Comic Con, and I got reached out by Lionsgate. They're like, the Power Rangers. That was when they debuted the first trailer, and they're like, the Power Ranger cast is going to be there, and they're doing press junket interviews. But the press junket interviews is like, it's always the same stuff. It's always, what about your character in the movie, blah, blah, blah. And they're like, you can do that too. But it's like, well, we love, because we know you do comedy stuff and we've seen your own stuff. If there's anything funny that you want to do or fun that you want to do with the cast, they're totally down for it because they're a fan of what you do. And I was like, sure. But they're like, but you got to let us know right away because we got to like book everything. And I said, what if I auditioned? And they're like, what? They're like, for the movie. Like, what if I actually had tried out? And originally I was going to do like a whole script thing with them. They're like, well, yeah, actually you should probably tape something and then we can have them react to it. And I was like, great, reaction videos, great. So yeah, that's when it came about. So I was like, I told them I will make the worst audition possible. So Bond had actually given me that Red Ranger outfit like years ago. Like it was like I think like one Halloween. They were like, it's the new Power Ranger. And I looked at this thing like, I'm never wearing this thing. But somehow I kept it because I don't get rid of anything. So I was like, what can I wear for this audition? Well, there's a giant Red Ranger onesie that I apparently own. Nothing weird about that. Let's put it on. I will never wear it again. I will tell you that much. It is not a comfortable outfit for this figure. All right. If you're like this dude, you could probably put on any Power Ranger, but this was like.
No, I got the same one. The trouble, you can't even breathe in that thing. It's ridiculous.
No, I'm cosplaying as Ernie for the rest of my life after that. Ernie and Bulk. That's it. But yeah. So that's the other. But the thing was, they knew that I was coming, and they knew that I was going to do something with them, but they did not know what it was.
Oh.
So that was legitimately the first time they ever saw that video was what you see on camera, which is why those reactions are the way that they are. Particularly Naomi, I think, is my absolute favorite. That's why close up, because there's so many times that she just made an expression I was like, that cannot be missed because you would be like, and there was like a genuine like, I'm trying to have fun with this, but I'm genuinely like, what the heck's going on here? And I love it. I love it. Yeah. And then there's the myth of when she says, "Is that your?" And we still are trying to figure out what she was pointing to. There have been theories, but I won't say what they are. So, but yeah, that was fun. And then it's funny, I ran into them a couple times since then, and they've just been so, pleased with just how supportive I was, because I really genuinely like that movie. That was not because I've met them or done things. It's like, I'm really glad to see Power Rangers in a different light than just a TV show on a kids network. It was like cool to see. I hope they get a second one. So we'll see what happens. Yeah, what's up?
Do you see Samurai Jack and
No, because I never finished the original one, so I didn't know if I needed to watch them all before jumping into the new ones, or does it stand alone on its own?
probably should watch it just so you can get some of the.
Yeah, I was real strong Samurai Jack like when it first started, and then like eventually just I kind of fell off a little bit.
Well, my real question is like,
Yeah.
How do you feel about like is there like an old cartoon you want to come back and end? You know what I mean?
Oh, an end?
Yeah, like for me, it's Megas XLR. I feel like that needs.
Wow. It'd be cool for Sat AM to get an actual like ending, because it ended on a cliffhanger, right? And, like,
Yeah, the Sonic
Yeah,
cartoon.
and so it'd be nice to like, even if they just made like a movie, like a quick like 1 hour. I think that'd be nice. I honestly would love to see Animaniacs come back, just because well, there's been talks about it. There's been nothing's official yet, but what's that?
Yeah, the Warner's doing something on.
Well, yeah, they've been doing like the concerts and stuff, and he's been doing appearances. He's got his Rob Paulson's got his podcast and stuff. But yeah, I know that's been rumored that it's possible. I would love for it to happen. It's because Animaniacs was so good at skewering pop culture, and there is so much material for them right now. I think.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I just want an episode of the Warners meeting the Kardashians. That alone would be so funny. So freaking funny. So yeah, I would love for Animaniacs to have some fun with the new crop of peeps. What's up, man? Yeah. Well, you and then you after. That's okay. Go ahead.
I really like your Crash Course series.
Oh, thank you. Crash Course Games. Thank you.
Is there any other subjects you would want to cover for that channel?
I would love to do one on animation, actually. I think like just the history of just cartoons and animation and stuff would be really cool. I know that one gets a little tricky. Just like gaming was actually really tricky, but we were able to work around it. But it gets a little tricky with the licenses, intellectual properties and stuff like that. But I just think that just showing the history from, seeing, cartoons theatrically before movies, back in the early days, and to eventually becoming the TV, and like how you had companies like Filmation and stuff like that that tried to keep animation really cheap so they could keep it in states, and then all the outsourcing, and then how Flash kind of changed everything, and CG trying to change everything, and 2D versus 3D movies. I just think there's a lot of good material that could be hit there that would be fun and still educational. I love when you can take stuff that people look at as just, oh, this is fun entertainment stuff, and be like, well, there's actually an educational value to that. Like one of the coolest things I've ever seen is when like symphony orchestras will play cartoon theme songs, but like in a very like orchestral way. It's like really nice because you appreciate the music while at the same time recognizing what the songs are. So something like that, I think it'd be really, really neat. And I mentioned that before, but that I think that's the only thing that might be a hang up, is because I know even when they do like just art, like in general, even that's tough because there's certain artists that are like, you show my image, but with gaming it was a little bit easier just because of commentary and stuff. Who else? Oh yeah, back to you. Yeah, now you.
We're here. Partner.
Yeah.
Yeah, for like a week, you and MMPR tours had me going around driving everywhere saying Ninja Steel.
Yeah. Ninja Steel.
So how do you guys link up? Like, is it like a small community? Like.
Usually it's various events. I met MMPR Toys at Power Morphicon. Because all the Power Ranger fans go to Power Morphicon. It's a really awesome place.
I got you.
I need to get like a code. I need a promo code. But yeah, but that's the thing. Like you watch. Like I watch various people online and I'm like, oh hey, check this stuff. And MMPR Toys, man, just like the stuff that they do with the figures. Like I feel like that's a very like Power Ranger fans are really into that channel, and I get it because it's all Power Ranger related. But I feel like at the same time, people who aren't fans, it's like you would appreciate it just because of just the work that they put into these. Like they don't just review the toys, like they do like whole sketches and things where they like put themselves inside it and they're like making their own shows, and they're just really good. I really like those guys. But yeah, that's usually what happens. Is usually I meet them. I've known Nostalgia Critic for a while before we actually ever met in person. Yeah, but like we knew each other. Yeah, we knew each other for I would say like a few years, and then just of like, hey, I like your stuff. Hey, I like your stuff too. Great. And and the idea of collabing has always been an idea, but the thing about that type of stuff is sometimes you just got to find the right thing that works. And we met at a convention, and it was like, oh, cool, you're not scary in real life, and because you never know. There's some people I will not say any names, but some people I've met where like on the internet you cool in person. Nah, we good. But you end up like clicking with somebody, and then it's like, oh, cool, let's do videos together, or let's just hang out. There's people that I know that are like, I would even say pretty well-known people online that I don't collab with. I just hang out with because they're just fun to hang out with, and sometimes that's the friendship you want to have. And if a collaboration comes of it, so be it. But it's like not a thing you want to force because you don't want to feel like that's the only reason why we're friends, so I can get that collab in, So yeah. So I think it's just that. It's natural. It's natural friendships. I mean, I know it seems like this thing of like, oh, you guys all know each other and that kind of stuff, but I think it still works the same way as everything else. It's like you just connect with people, you have a common bond, and you forge a relationship or at least have a good acquaintance, and then you just kind of hang out as a result of that, which is more of a thing than anything else, because friendship is magic. Is there a PonyCon? Is that a thing? There's a Hasbro Con?
Yeah.
So it has like Transformers, ponies, and everything? I'm going to start a Care Bear Con.
It's outside.
Okay. I just am curious. Does anyone like Care Bears?
I like
A few people?
Yeah, okay.
Not excessively.
I'm gonna.
I have a grumpy bear.
All right, thank you. I'm gonna start this movement. I mean, I know, no disrespect to the bronies. I respect you, man, but I'm a Care Bro, and I need to get my Care Bros together and bring them bears back. Care Bear stairs are needed in this country.
I think I had a lion.
What's that?
Did they have the lions for Care Bears?
Braveheart Lion?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the Care Bear Cousins, man. He's the leader of the Care Bear Cousins. He's got a heart with a crown on it. And he's like, I'm Braveheart Lion. Care Bear Cousins call. And little beams come out. And they're like, no, now I love. I'm telling y'all, man, don't get me started on the bears. I do a whole hour panel on just Care Bears. What's up, man?
I was curious how your writing product is. You're pretty quick-witted. Do you
Oh,
write
thank
things down when you go places?
It's a
spitball, or do you just kind of sit down?
I just spit all over the place. It's a mix. There's some videos where I'll have a sort of like a list of like, here's the bullet points I want to hit, and then just kind of improv from there. Some are just full on improv because I want to keep it very natural. And then even the same thing with the editing. It's like a lot of times if I'm cutting anything out, it's usually because I said it before. I don't want to repeat myself. I don't want to say the same thing over again. I don't want to say the same thing that I just said earlier in later part of the video. I don't say the same thing multiple times. Because I do that. I love to chat, man. That's one of the hardest things to do on YouTube is to keep things short when you love to talk. But it all depends on the video. It's like there's some videos I'm like, this is good as 5 minutes. And there's some things like when you got Lindsay and talking about Transformers, you're like, this is a half hour. We got to get through this. This is a therapy session. So talking about those Transformers films. So yeah, it just depends. But yeah, it's a blend of written and improv because that way it doesn't feel. I don't ever want to feel like I don't know what I'm talking about at all. So it's just like completely random. And I also don't want it to feel so scripted that it almost feels like it doesn't feel real. I like the blend in the middle. Except for usually the rants. The rants are probably the things I scripted the most because that's I want it to be a very comedic thing. Yeah, usually I'll write things down. Yeah, I have tons of like spiral notebooks and small notepads where I just have scribble notes all over the place. And then usually if I have something that's very scripted, then I'll usually type it out so that way I can just have like the laptop next to me and just eyeball it. And even when I do that, I still end up adding a joke or something that pops in my head. I come from an improv and stand-up background, so that's where a lot of that comes from. So yeah, yes,
You mentioned Lindsay.
Yeah.
Are you planning to collab with her in the future, or like?
I would love to. She always happens to be in LA when a Transformers film happens. So I don't know if that's like, I don't know if she summons them or what happens, but yeah. Usually that's what we joked about that last time. I was like, we should probably talk about something we actually like together because every time it's been about these Transformer movies. But no, she's great, and I was on her when she's do Nostalgia Chick. I was on one of her videos too. So yeah, fun times. How can I not call on you?
Not sure if this was asked, but
Oh, so you came in late.
what interests you to come to Connecticon? If that was asked.
What interested me to come to Connecticon? Was a couple things. They've actually had asked me before about coming here, but I was always booked for another convention the same weekend. Which just that in itself is crazy. Like, can you imagine that we're now at a point where I can't go to this one geek convention because there's other geek conventions happening. When it used to be, there's a geek convention that's happening. So, like, just that alone is crazy. But yeah, it was just that. And then Nostalgia Critic spoke very highly of it. He said that you guys are a great group of people, always has fun out here. And I don't get to go to a lot of cons on the East Coast because I'm on the West so much. So I was like, this seems like a great opportunity to do so. And so far, I can say it was worth the trip. Oh, thank you. So hopefully you like me. Hopefully you appreciate that I'm here. But, feel free to give feedback to them and tell them, like, yeah, Black Nerd was great, bring it back. Or like, don't you ever.
Hopefully the former. Former is good.
Hopefully the former, but hey, it's up to you. I'm not going to tell you what to do, except go to Power Morphicon.
Except me, yeah.
What's up, man?
I was wanting to know, what type of story arc would you like to see next on Tales of the Ninja Turtles?
What type of story arc would I like to see on Tales of the TMNT? Well, I have to be very cautious answering this question because there may be things that I know that I'm not supposed to say. So,
Ooh.
Oh, yeah. I got friends in big places. I guess. What can I say? I don't know. I think that. Well, they've got one. I can't say. I gotta keep myself safe. So all I'm gonna say is go to San Diego Comic-Con. Yes.
Do you have any kind of trophy for winning the first ever SGC Amiibo Cockfight?
Oh yeah, I got my half broken Pac-Man from the year before. No, I think I kept the peach that I used there. Because yeah, if you didn't win that, so I don't know if you know this. This is channel Screw Attack. They had for a couple years they did an Amiibo Cockfight where you would charge up your Amiibos and you would have them play each other in Smash Brothers. But if your Amiibo lost, you had to destroy it. And they had all kinds of tools to destroy. They had like blenders. They had a thing where you could freeze it and then break it. Yeah, it was like these crazy. And they even had like a guy come out in an executioner outfit. It was pretty crazy, man. But yeah, that was fun. But yeah, I lost the first year with Pac-Man, so they ripped them in half. And then the second year I won as Peach.
I remember you had the best line for that because it was right when Pixels came out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now it's never speaking that again.
Okay, cool.
Something along the lines of this is for you, Adam Sandler, or something.
Yeah. Well, he ruined video games more than I did. But actually, no. I would say that movie. I was really harsh on that movie, and then I saw other movies after it, and then I was like, you know what? I was a little too harsh on Pixels. After seeing Jim and the Holograms after Pixels, I was like, Pixels, man, they should have given Cube as the worst movie in the world. That's how Jim and the Holograms was like, you know what, Pixels, you're all right. We had our problems, but you know what? I would still invite you over if you needed a dinner. Jim and the Holograms, you stay outside.
It wasn't even the studio's fault. It was the guy that they hired. The director of Jim and the Holograms. He took over the production and screwed it up.
No, everyone's at fault. No one gets an escape clause from Jim and the Holograms. Sorry. Everyone's a bad guy in that one. Who has not asked the question yet?
He has.
I want to make sure. You have not. Okay, yes.
Speaking of reacting to things coming back, no joke, I reacted literally the same way you and the critic and everybody reacted to Muppet Babies coming back.
Muppet Babies is coming back! Muppet Babies is coming back!
Look at the picture.
Oh.
And then I fainted.
No, the story behind that. So
Yes,
has
Muppet
anyone-
Babies is coming.
Muppet Babies is coming back.
Go see Guy Gilchrist to get a photograph.
So the reason why that came about, so we were actually filming the Nostalgia Critic. It was me, Nostalgia Critic, and Angry Video Game Nerd. We were filming the Ninja Turtles Out of the Shadows review when that news broke on Twitter. Because, and you know, this is how my Twitter. I praise you, bless you, all the people that follow me, because it's random things that people decide as a group. Like, there's usually like I get a tweet here and they're like, oh, you hear about this story, you hear about this story. But there's certain stories where just everybody that follows me just at one time goes, Andre, did you hear about this? And Muppet Babies, for some reason, was one of those things. Muppet Babies and DuckTales. Like, I was at E3. Like, I'm literally like playing Super Mario Odyssey. I'm like, hey, you guys want to hear about Super Mario Odyssey? And it was like, can you talk about DuckTales theme song? I'm at E3. I got, the Xbox One X is right here in front of me. I can talk about it. Yeah, man, but DuckTales has a theme song there. It's the same theme song from the 80s, but just sung by a different person, but it's got an intro. You got to talk about it. So I put aside like a whole week of E3 footage. Some of it still hasn't been seen because I had to make a video talking about how the DuckTales theme song, which was an awesome theme song. But I just love that was the case. And the same thing happened with Muppet Babies. People were like, we were like getting ready to film, and I'm just like, my phone keeps blowing up, and everyone's like, Muppet Babies, Muppet Babies, Muppet Babies. So I was just like, guys, you guys, like, let's just do the craziest video ever. Like, we're gonna just do a video of us just going insane about Muppet Babies coming back. And there was one take. We were just like, Muppet Babies is coming back, and we just all lose our minds. And everyone just thought it was funny. And then still people were like, man, they really are excited about Muppet Babies coming back.
Have you seen the Donald Glover thing on Muppet Babies?
No.
Wow, it's funny.
I'm not gonna.
Okay. We have to do that. Like we got at one point we just all have to go like crowd Doug and just be like, Muppet Babies is coming back.
Let's do it as like a panel.
And your room looks kind of weird. Yes. Hi, Todd.
What is both either your favorite series from the Power Rangers, both best and worst?
Oh, well, I can't officially answer that because I have not seen it. This is a known thing. I have not seen every version of Power Rangers. I was very early old school Power Rangers to like a certain point, and then like life happened, and I was like, I gotta be a man now. I can't watch these superheroes anymore. And then I came back and was like, that was stupid. Never do that, everybody. Just because when you get out of high school and college, you'll be like, well, now I'm a man. Let me put away these childish things. You will be miserable. Trust me. I am speaking from real experience. I tried to give all this up and be like, nah, this is kid stuff. I'm a man now. And that was horrible. So during that time period, I missed some Power Rangers that I need to reflect and go back. What would you recommend? If you were like, other than Mighty Morphin and all that stuff, if there's like a season you're like, this is the one you need to watch. It has to be done.
Either my favorite one is Ninja Storm. Yes.
All right. I hear cheers. So there's agreements.
Or what was it? Wild Force.
Ninja Storm or Wild Force. Okay, see, I've heard Dino Thunder. I've heard SPD. I've heard Time Force before.
What does Baron think?
And which
I agree with Time Force.
I have seen episodes of pretty much every season, but just from start to finish.
Did you see the Ninja Storm crossover?
Oh, of course. Who hasn't seen that? People who want to see it don't want to see it after they've already seen it. I used to watch The Next Mutation. I think I actually own it. I need to go back and watch all that again. That's what I should do Good Things on.
Yes.
Good Things about Next Mutation.
Yeah.
So what you can remember, what is your favorite episode?
Of Power Rangers, my favorite episode?
Yeah.
I mean, it's a cop-out answer, but I'm sorry, dude. That Green Ranger 5-part was like an experience. It was like you guys, I don't know, like who grew I'm gonna show some age now. Who grew up on the 93 Power Rangers? So like you remember, right? That wasn't just like, oh, here's some episodes of Power Rangers. It was like the 5-part mega event because they had never done that before. Like that was a big.
I had that on VHS and I rewatched.
I still have. I have the VHS copies of that 5-part miniseries, and this is to show you some time. Every episode is its own tape. They don't even have it all on one tape. It's one episode. They made you pay like $20 a tape for the 5-part mission. But that was an event. That was a huge thing of like a week-long event of one story with an evil Power Ranger. I mean, like just the way that it was presented was just such a huge thing. So it wasn't even just the episodes; it was just like a phenomenon of that. But I personally, so there's like that one, and then the beginning of the second season when Lord Zed shows up, because they showed that mess in prime time. That was on at night. They showed an episode of Power Rangers and an episode of X-Men the animated series in prime time. And I was like, yeah, man.
I don't blame that dude. Was scary.
At 8 o'clock at night. That's crazy.
A special newspaper kind of participation thing. Like example, I was living in New Jersey. Well, I still am now, but we had this paper called the Courier Post, and every single day for like at least a week around the time of Lord Zelda's production, leading up to that, they had a special front page cover with an exclusive image from season 2.
Oh, I never seen that. But that's, if you can find that, that's a good collector's item. But yeah, the newspapers used to do that stuff. They used to have, newspapers and TV Guide used to do that all the time. They used to have like these really cool ads. Sometimes if you do a search of like old TV Guide ads or old, you can find like these really cool, like full page or half page images of like, here's the TGIF lineup or here's your Saturday morning lineup and stuff like that. Those would be in comic books all the time. Like there would be comic books where you'd have like a 2-page spread of like all the NBC Saturday morning cartoons of 1987 and stuff. There was like some really cool stuff, but now that's just all internet. So yeah, what's up?
Into doing your videos on your channel before you realize you don't have to like work the 9 to 5.
When did I guess, because I used to do like a bunch of side jobs, because I moved out to LA to like just pursue, acting and all that stuff in general. And then YouTube was kind of a side thing, and I was still doing other jobs. So I would say, probably like, I think it was like once I had hit 200,000 or 300,000 subs, and I knew that I could do videos on a regular basis, just as far as time, that I kind of prematurely did it. Like I kind of was like, okay, I'm at this level now, and at the way YouTube was at the time, I was like, well, if I can do this amount more, then that could possibly lead to being okay, and just kind of stayed at a place that was very low cost and just tried it and then let it grow from there. But I was also doing other stuff like hosting gigs and stuff like that on the side as well. So that would help out a lot. So yeah, so once I kind of got that level, but it was a few years of me doing videos where I was still working other jobs, just because again, I was just like, I don't know how this is gonna go. Because there were other websites that I was putting my videos on and making money from that just one day were like, we're closed. Oh, and that check you're supposed to get, nah, never mind. So it took a while for YouTube itself to build. I've always said that, like, if I were to say like a mistake I've made in the past, I think it was that I kind of jumped on board of some other sites because they flashed a check in front of me, not realizing at the time, and now realizing this today, is like they did that because they got a bunch of investment early, went crazy with giving money to people to get people invested, but then couldn't make that money back. And then that was like, bye. So yeah. Did someone have their hand up over here? Or, nope, okay. I'll get you the hand. What's up?
I dare you to review Ride to Hell Retribution.
You dare me to review what?
Ride to Hell Retribution.
Ride to Hell Retribution?
Yeah, I dare.
Why is everyone this sounds bad. Why is everyone making noises? Like it's like it was like, you speak of this? Like a hole's about to open up and the devil's about to come out. Like what happened? What is Ride to Hell Retribution? Oh, no, never. If something breaks Angry Joe, then I know that's a bad game. Wait, was that the game that was where people said bad things about it and then they like tried to copyright strike them? No. Was it that game? No. Okay.
It only got like a 1.5 or a 2 or something like that.
Oh.
It was
yeah.
The game was so intense, went through development hell and became hell.
Yeah, I will let it stay in hell. I think I'm gonna pass on that one. What's up? I will work with whoever's like, let's work. I mean, it's like I said, it just all depends on. It all depends on what the collab is, if the timing's right, all that kind of stuff. But yeah, I would be open to that. I just, it just depends. Yeah, I think, because, I've seen his stuff before. He's great. I've actually met him at one of the con, probably the Screw Tack con from way, way back. What's that?
I think this year he was at like
Oh, probably so, yeah. No, yeah. And that, he's good, man. And that's another channel that, like, he can go like 30, 40 minutes just ranting on something, and people will watch it. It's entertaining, man. It's all about the entertainment. That's why I always tell people, like, people ask me, like, how long should a YouTube video be? Just because when you first started, it was very much about, oh, your video's gotta be like 3 to 5 minutes, really fast. And that was because most of the time we were watching on the computer. But nowadays, people are watching more on mobile. They're watching more on commutes or on traveling on trains and things like that. Or a lot of times people are just even listening to videos like in their car and stuff like that. So depending on what kind of content you make, like reviews and stuff, you can sometimes go a little bit longer. You just gotta be real honest with yourself of, if it's longer, is it entertaining? Because I've seen very, very entertaining 30, 40-minute videos on YouTube, and I've seen boring 2-minute videos on YouTube. So it's always tough when you're editing yourself to make that judgment call. But there are times where I have to there's even times where I'm like, well, this is funny to me, watching a video that I make, but I was like, but it doesn't really, it's taking too long to get to a certain thing, or it's too long of an intro, or whatever else. Like, you want to catch them in really quick, and then, you want to keep them entertained for whatever length of time is necessary to do that. But but I love it. I love that we have this opportunity to make this stuff. Because I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for this. So, yeah. All right, I think my time is up, but no one's kicking me out.
2:35.
I'm gonna keep going until someone kicks me out. Anyway, if you gotta go somewhere else, you gotta go to another con, totally fine. And I'm gonna probably go to my table later, but I'm gonna keep going until someone kicks me out.
I actually had a question for the whole crowd. Am I the only Power Rangers Turbo apologist in here since the Twitch stream?
Does anyone else like Power Rangers Turbo? I like it. Oh, the Power Rangers Twitch stream was one of the most awesome things in the world. That was so beautiful. That was the one time I adore the comment section online. It was so good. Just like the jokes that people were making and the references. And the fact that they found Zach saying "Catch me outside," and like made a whole big thing about that. Or every time the putties would show up, people just would type out "B-O-B-O-B-O-B-O-B-O-B-O." Oh, there was so many funny gags during that whole time period, man. I love that Twitch stream. I love all those marathons they're doing. I'm trying to think of shows they should do next. Nothing specific. I'll probably go right after I'm done here, just in case anyone else had a question. So after I'm done with this, I'll go straight to the table if anyone else has anything they want to talk about, one-on-one or whatever. So, yeah.
You guys didn't stand back and say,
Oh yeah, I started off in improv in college. I took because I went to school for computer science. I was actually supposed to be doing web design and computer science, and somehow landed in this. It's still computers, I guess. But yeah, I was going to school for programming, and one of the requirements when you take in certain schools like mine, one of the requirements if you take a certain course is you have to take so many courses that are not connected to your specific major. And so I took a theater class and really enjoyed it. And so then I found out that there was a local improv comedy sports, and they had classes. So then I took classes there and started doing improv and comedy sports. And then that kept going even when I moved around. And then one of my friends that was doing improv was like, well, hey, you've got a good style of delivery. You should think about doing stand-up. And so he kind of was like an early teacher on how to do like the basics of stand-up. And then I went from there to doing more stand-up stuff. And then that led into public access. I used to make videos on public access, like sketches and stuff on there. And then eventually that led to YouTube. So it was just like a weird like transition of just taking something I enjoy and just putting it in a different format. So yeah. And yeah. Okay, I'm getting the I'm gonna shut up, Andre. All right. Thank you guys so much.